After lengthy deliberation and thought, and considering the tremendous talents in others, I've decided that the person best suited to assume the position of the Vice President of the United States is Senator J.D. Vance of the great state of Ohio. 2024 is the year of the HasanAbi vindication year. If you're in here, you already knew this was going to happen. Now, my heart was with Doug Burgum the entire time, but my brain was saying, it's going to be J.D. Vance. You knew that already. J.D. honorably served our country in the Marine Corps, graduated from Ohio State University in 2 years, summa cum laude, and is a Yale Law School graduate, where he was the editor of the Yale Law Journal and president of the Yale Law Veterans Association. JD's book, Hillbilly Elegy, became a major bestseller and movie as it championed the hardworking men and women of our country. JD has had a very successful business career in technology and finance, and now, during the campaign, this shit isn't funny. You think it isn't funny that Donald Trump is so goddamn cucked that he took one of Peter Thiel's blood boys as his vice president, even though Peter Thiel's like, I don't know if I'm going to give any money to the fucking Republican Party any longer. While simultaneously, this Peter Thiel blood boy literally made a career early on being an anti-Trump, never Trump Republican who called Donald Trump Hitler. I think it's pretty funny. It'll work. I don't trust anything. Anyway, we'll be strongly focused on the people he fought so brilliantly for, the American workers, farmers of Pennsylvania, Michigan, Wisconsin, Ohio, Minnesota, and far beyond. I think he thinks that like Democrats in these places will be like, or independents in these places will be like, oh yeah, JD Vance is sick. We love JD Vance. I posted this yesterday as well. Here's the message JD Vance sent to his friend suggesting Donald Trump might be America's Hitler. Let's go. Maybe he meant it as a positive. Real Byzantine Empire, hours of the RNC. Yo, Alexa, they have Archbishop Elpidoforos, the Greek Orthodox primate of America at the RNC, dog. Do you see this? Bro, they're winning. They're captivating they're winning this Serbian's vote. Okay. He's going to vote for Donald Trump illegally twice now. He was already going to do that.
So I was going to do it anyway, but
yeah, this is the least Republican thing you can do, which is consume these fruits that you get from Mexicans on the street.
Yeah.
That's like terrifying.
I was hoping you wouldn't show that to the audience. It's my secret shame.
Yeah.
Eating fruit.
Yeah. It's really fucked up. He loves it too. He's always like,
best.
He's always like
so
looking
much
for
fruit.
him.
We stopped on the way.
How much was that? The whole thing?
$10.
Damn,
it's
Biden's America, dude. That shit is expensive. Trump says all his cases need to go for unity reasons. I love that. I fucking love that, dude.
What unity? It was a fucking Republican who shot him.
Yeah.
They're tied.
Well, he's saying unity in the Republican Party. Don't shoot. He's like, unite, Republican Party. Don't shoot me. And the short and sweet of it is, Donald Trump attempted assassin is a Republican, so that kind of, and he's a white guy, and he's wearing like a gun tuber merch and shit. So like that kind of destroyed all of the immediate narratives that New York Post came out with, calling him Chinese, which was crazy.
I still believe it.
I still believe in my heart that he was doing it for Xi. All of the marginalized communities took a collective sigh when they found out that like the dude wasn't of Hispanic origin or black or Muslim or had sympathies for Palestinians. You know what I mean? Like everyone was like, oh, thank fucking Christ. It basically diminished all of the underlying narratives. Now that didn't stop the Republicans from running with that narrative. And it's kind of funny because like that narrative kind of falls apart when, you find out a little bit more about the background of the and he's like a white dude and not like Chinese, Arab, Ukrainian, trans, and an undocumented migrant. You know what I mean? But they're still going along with it. They're still going along with this fucking narrative. Since then, the Democrats, according to Axios reports, have said that like they're dialing back on the rhetoric, which is the worst thing you can fucking do. You're so stupid. You're running against Donald Trump. Nothing changed. Donald Trump is still a genuine threat to American democracy. Donald Trump is still running on mass deportations of more than 10 million migrants that are currently on U.S. soil. I'm sorry, that is completely unacceptable.
I'm not coming back to America if there's no more fruit.
Yeah, how will you won't be able to have your street fruit.
Yeah.
If all the migrants go away.
Dude, it's so hard to fucking get fruit here. All the ones in the grocery stores are rotten. It's the only real stuff.
Having said that, however, there has been something very unique. Donald Trump changed up his RNC speech and is openly saying that he's going to be calling for unity. Now, I think he's doing that because, again, this was a gift, perhaps from God, in terms of like how he can reframe. What is Donald Trump's biggest weakness in the polls, especially with independents and moderates? The fact that he's chaotic, the fact that he's undemocratic, the fact that he did January 6th. This is things that old people care about. We don't give a shit about half of this because we know what he is, but like a lot of old people give a shit about that. How can he do marketing on that? Well, change course, change narrative. Say like, oh, I'm the unity candidate. I'm the real unity candidate, not Joe Brandon. So that's precisely what he's aiming for, a centrist pitch. He's trying to do a centrist pivot, and I am very afraid that it is going to work because Americans are dumb as fucking bricks.
But also, what's Biden offering? Like, there's no other. He's not offering an alternative.
Yeah. So we will see what happens, but here, let's take a look.
Coming up on 20 minutes before the top of the hour, Fox News alert, former President Donald Trump arrived in Milwaukee yesterday and making adjustments to his big speech this week. Bill Melugin is here in Milwaukee with us. Bill, what can you tell us about what the president's going to say inside that arena in a couple of nights?
Couple of nights.
Well, Steve.
Yeah,
I want it now.
JD Vance is the pick, by the way.
Good morning to you.
But you would have known that if you've been watching me for months, because I've been telling you that it's going to be JD Vance, even though he is a bad pick for VP, by the way. I'm not even joking when I say I think Nikki Haley would have been the best possible pick for Donald Trump. I don't know if anyone else agrees with me on this. She is a psycho, but I think Nikki Haley would have been literally the best possible pick. Centrist, moderate appeal, a woman. You were one of the only people in the Republican Party who was like regularly talking about abortion, banned at the federal level being like a genuinely bad idea. She unironically would have been the best possible pick for Donald Trump. I stand on that. He went with JD Vance.
Well, if he's already got it in the bag after getting shot in the ear, I feel like you can do whatever you want.
Well, no, he can't do whatever he wants. He still understands. That's why he's doing this fucking unity call now too. He knows that his chances, regardless of being shot in the fucking ear, are still not exactly great.
The attempted assassination of Donald Trump is changing everything he planned to say here at the RNC this week. Originally, he was really going to go after Joe Biden and his policies, but now he says he's essentially tearing his speech up and starting all over. Here's what he told the Washington Examiner, quote, "The speech I was going to give on Thursday was going to be a humdinger. Had this not happened, this would have been one of the most incredible speeches. Honestly, it's going to be a whole different speech now." Top Trump advisor Jason Miller adds this.
Was dictating to us some additional things that he wants in his speech as he looks ahead to Thursday. And I think the tone is really going to impress people. He knows that this is a key moment, that he's the only one who can step up and lead in this time. And this country is desperate for leadership.
Now, Trump arrived here in Milwaukee last night, just one day after he was shot and miraculously survived, so close to being killed on Saturday. Party officials say the show here will go on as intended, with everything kicking off today. We're still waiting to find out exactly who's going to be speaking today, but we do know what they'll be speaking about. Take a look at this. Every day of this RNC has a specific theme. Today is Make America Wealthy Again, with a focus on inflation and the economy. Tomorrow is Make America Safe Again, with a focus on the border and crime. The last 2 days are Make America Strong once again and Make America Great once again. Thursday night is when the former president will speak himself. And back out here live, big development. Former UN Ambassador Nikki Haley has been invited and will be speaking here at the
things when he was president.
Yeah,
is that what they're saying? So
was,
we made
America was great, and then 4 years of like not great, and then he's gonna make it once again. Make America Great once again, which is MAGA. Doesn't hit as hard as MAGA.
No.
Yeah. Well, they also tried CAG, Keep America Great, when he was running, and it was a massive flub.
He could have just stuck to
down.
He could have stuck to MAGA. It's still grammatically true, even if you think he already made America great.
I know, but which is why he did. He ultimately did. Damn, Fox News cooking JD Vance. Yeah, past comments on Trump. Might be America's Hitler. Might be a cynical asshole. Cultural heroine. Noxious and reprehensible.
Amazing.
These are all the wonderful things that JD Vance said back when it was hot to say anti-Trump things. I love JD Vance. He's great. He's the worst. He's not one of the worst, but he is like a pretty bad pick for Donald Trump. Like he's up there with like Vivek Ramaswamy. Mm-hmm. Why is Fox going after him? I think this is old. Oh, Trump ticket contenders for vice presidential pick.
Oh my God.
This is before he was picked. They were talking about his weaknesses probably. God damn it. I said this was going to be. This was so far the least interesting election cycle of our lifetime, but I always told you, but it has the capacity overnight to become the most interesting, most compelling election cycle, and god damn it, we are there officially. Biden touching Trump's ear. Who did this to you? Trump. Joe, forget it. Biden. Donald. Trump tearing out. Forget it, Joe. Biden. Donald. They passionately kiss. Joe's tongue pushes itself deep into Donald's mouth. Donald lets out a moan. 266,000 likes is nasty work. Twitter likes being privated have had a devastating impact on the discourse, letting everybody's freak flags fly perhaps far too early. It's like, I don't think people in an era where you could associate their likes with their faces and with their accounts would have ever had the decency would be far too decent to like such a thing publicly. You feel me? Happy 8th birthday to this.
I don't know who created Pokemon Go, but I'm trying to figure out how we get them to have Pokemon go to the polls.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. I'm with her. I'm still with her. She could have won. She could have won if you voted for her. She could have won. You guys suck. Walk to a polling booth. Kids today are talking about Hawk Tua. I'm talking about walk to a polling booth and vote.